Welcome to Catch Up with WORLMAG. I am your presenter, Forever Sasha. Now, the set has changed a little bit, but we're going to have a blast and our sponsors are still the same. This is Flat Cap Rum. Make sure you guys go check them out. Information is on the screen as we speak. Now, today's guest. And I say that with an S at the end because for the first time, I actually have 3 people on this couch, right? Guys, please welcome 3 media personality to Catch Up with WORLMAG. They've been putting in the work for years, over lockdown, been keeping us in the loop, giving us some thought-provoking conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 3/4 of Up and Live team. Hello.
Oh, go on.
So we have Dragon, we have how much name you have? But we have Rasta. What Ras? Look a brown Ras. The look a brown Ras. And we have Rick up and live.
Sorry, sir.
All right. So Dragon is quiet. I'm gonna leave him like that for now because we know he's a chatterbox. So I'm just gonna start with Rick. Rick, introduce yourself more formally to the people at home.
Okay, my name is Rick, as you just said, and obviously we are part of the Upper Live team. Probably more of us, but you're seeing it's really more active ones as of recent. So yeah, this is part of the team, and we have a chat with Sasha. Reason look a bit, whatever she asks, we'll see what going on.
Yes. And you, my lovely lady.
Hi guys, I'm your girl, the Look Brown Dress. I was about to say, this is what we do every Tuesday between 9 and 11 on script. Yeah, I'm part of the Up and Live show team for a couple of years now, and we're just we're putting in the work, as you said.
When I say intro, we're gonna get to you. I meant like, what's your role in? Is there a specific role that you guys have?
I'm the rose among the thorns.
Hi, hello.
Yeah.
And your role and your name.
My role? Oh, me, I don't know. I thought you guys were gonna keep me out of the loop for a bit.
No.
Anyway, everybody know me, Dragon Answer, I don't know the thing go. No, part of the Open Life team, as well Rick and Rasta said, We've been doing this over quite a number of years now. Been putting in the hard graft, So yeah, we are putting some work and hopefully we can help the UK dancehall space.
Yeah. Do you know what? I feel like you guys are selling yourself short on the intro there of yourself because I know you're all a part of the Up and Live team, but you are the designated DJ in a sense on the Up and Live team, as well as you have conversations as everyone else does. Ras, I would like to think that you're the person that's like to keep the peace, especially when Dragon gets out of hand,
I mean, the mediator.
Right? Yeah. And you focus on the audience and all that kind of stuff. And of course, we got Rick Up and Live. I say Rick Up and Live because that's his name on Instagram. Yeah. Right? We got Rick that's basically, you're not as ferocious as Dragon, in your opinion, but because you try to tread a little bit carefully, but you still do lay your opinions out, etc. And that sometimes you can help to keep, Dragon balance. Yeah, cause Dragon, like his name suggests, is fire.
You can't keep a mythical creatures team, We have to get the open plane, room.
Yeah.
Some of the time the conversation kind of go left, sometimes go right. Some of the time, when depends on the bar is still straight and narrow.
The bar. Yeah.
Yeah, but most of the time we are the road. We take a left detour, couple excursion because to be honest, some of the time you have to start the things them with people normally shy away from some of these conversations because we all take them some of the time, but some of the time people are afraid of the typical nowadays society because everybody want to be politically correct in what they say nowadays. And if I just like what the Bible says, if a thought come across your mind, you already sin. Even though I'm not a great believer in the Bible and that kind of thing, because growing up on that type of thing, you start experiencing different things and knowledge.
Yeah.
Where you're consumed by traveling and speaking with different people make you kind of say is other way to living than just the Bible and the way you're brought up. But yeah, it's just a little something short intro to make people understand why some of the time is like that. Because if me agree with Rick or Rasta because they are more, collective in the conversation.
We're more politically correct.
No,
collective in the conversational sense.
Yeah.
Because in every story you have 2 sides.
3.
3 sides. The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah.
And obviously birds is not here.
Oh yes.
So is it either 4 or birds is normally the bad and the ugly.
No, the
so
debaters.
Rick and Rasta can be probably good, but I never like a good captain.
Okay, that's not your role.
No,
Fair enough.
Unless it's a topic where I would say is kind of close to my heart.
Okay.
As I said, to add to that, sometimes the conversation needs to be balanced, and obviously the different characters brings out all different aspects of the topics that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Mainly to do with the UK dancer, that's what we mainly focus on. But at times, we don't normally just do like the artists and just speaking to the artist. Sometimes there's issues surrounding the music
culture.
and the culture that we just have to have a conversation about it. And we're 4 different people with 4 different opinions.
Perspectives are
And
different.
sometimes each one of us have different ways, and we just share it, and we may clash on the show. But then it brings out the realness and the true
100%.
authenticity.
And then we agree.
Which, I do like those topics that you guys talk about, like, you know, the current affairs, because sometimes you guys do cover things that a lot of us wouldn't even know that's going on because we're not in Jamaica. You guys are tuned into Jamaica a lot, which is really good. But just give us a little backstory of Up and Live, like when it started. Why did it start? Are you guys the original member? I know Bread's joined later, but just in a nutshell, Ras, what would you like to make Ras speak? You don't know about nutshell. He's a
Why? Anyways.
Dio?
No!
What I'm saying?
What?
What I'm saying?
What did you?
Peanut me a talk about.
Oh, peanut. Me think it's a Dio in my talk. I don't know. I know, weird, right?
Further on in the news.
I don't know.
So
Maybe think I get ready for that show Thursday. I don't know.
Wowzers.
All right, go on.
So basically, talking about the history, about 6-7 years ago.
Probably
A little bit more than that.
More.
Shout out to DJ Rick. Shout out to WORLMAG. The originators. Rick's supposed to do that part, you know.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
but
You can share it.
based on the knowledge I, attained over the years, it was a need for giving a platform to UK.
So sorry, let's do this proper. We're just gonna talk from when it started to when everybody joined. You can pick up from when you join and you add on to the story. So Rick, if you could just talk.
Alright, so how it started, not to overshadow Rasta, because
No, go ahead. It's
How
fine.
it started, basically, I had a radio show on Heart Love Radio at first. This is about 2012, 2013. And basically, I was doing music, playing music, everybody doing the same thing. And I thought to myself, why are we just, everyone's doing the same thing? Who's there for like, who's coming, like the artists and current affairs? I saw this from then when pirate radio was the thing then. So one day I think we had an artist asked me to come on the radio to get an interview. And then I think I linked Sheldon and I said, can you record it for me or some way? I don't remember the conversation exactly, but he was up for it and he said yes. And he linked me to the studio. It went well. I think the first person we actually interviewed was, I think it was Smoothface.
Okay.
Smoothface reached out and said, and Sheldon went and he recorded the show. And when we finished, we said, this was a good idea. And we said, mutually, me and Sheldon said, you know what, I think we should just continue this every week. What do you think? We started there and then, and we were at Art of Love and we moved on and went other places. But that's how it initially started.
Right.
And then after me and Sheldon had some conversation, we were doing it like off the air, pre-recorded. But we realized that it needed a broader audience, like a broader aspect of not just me alone. It's just kind of my opinion alone, and sometimes it needs other input. So we had a conversation with Sheldon and he told me about Rasta. And then I said it was a good idea. Dragon just came to England and then we decided me and Dragon start part everywhere.
They do not agree with that part.
Mix up his story.
Like Rasta talk from there, so
I'm just giving you what I can remember.
Hold on.
Dragon came to England
Way
and
before.
me and Dragon was sparring.
Yeah.
And obviously Dragon came to the show a couple of times. He had a separate show that's going around.
No, mix up his story. Stop.
Stop.
All right, then
Mix
cool.
up.
All right, so pick it up from,
Sheldon introduced us based on Sheldon and I meeting at Jamaica 55th celebration at the O2. He won't get into that story, but the link was made. I went only to observe. I have never done interviews before. A very shy person, never behind the camera, never in front of the camera.
Right.
So went and I observed what was happening. You know, like the vibe, it's Jamaican culture. Jamaican people, dancehall, whatever. So next Tuesday, Shannon said, "That's the way I do. You have to want us to do that again." I'm like, "Well, not really. I'm not doing that still."
Okay.
So and it became a weekly thing. But at that time, I was more telling him what to do, or telling trying to put a little bit more structure to the program that was happening, and learning as you're going along. So that happened. Did that a couple months. I don't know when it forward around for me to be in front of the camera. I don't know what happened. And
we know what happened because she was always behind.
We jump in the guns. Like,
hold
on. Like, you meant to talk the story up until each member joined. So, alright. So basically, what Rick said, Rick started showing Art of Love. The show evolved, move on from Art of Love to Flames Radio. Rasta additional to the team. I joined Flames Radio because me and Rick apart from long time, from just father England, from back in 20, young part.
Okay.
Me and Rick apart. Rick was in Art of Love. I play Art of Love radio station from Rick Chino, Wolf and the Manimal, and North London. Me usually over there every day with him, like over there I live. Because I got Art of Love after I come from dance or boat. Play radio. Remember when Pirate Radio was a thing? So, when Rick introduced him, said, "Oh, it's going to Flames," when he was changing from Art of Love to Flames, he invited me and said, "Oh, you might go over one new radio station."
But at this point, was Ras always...
No, I wasn't there.
You weren't there yet.
A backstory to everything with him said. So basically, when Rick joined Flames Radio, he said, "Oh, I can forward, because I never really in the radio thing, because I never believe in paying sub and that type of thing." But it was that type.
You never believe in what? Sorry?
Paying sub and that thing to the radio station. Because obviously, I come from Jamaica, I have my name and shit, blah blah blah. I come from there, I'm like, me never Englandize as yet. So at that point, I think I'd have sometimes say, "Yeah, I'm gonna do it, blah blah blah." So I decided to meet Lee ride them, everything alright. So moving on to that, I'd have a Saturday show on Flames Radio. Rick loved what? Was a Tuesday show? Tuesday show. I do my Saturday show for like Tuesday. A month and nickel. I know me and Rick are virgin. We are every weekend we are with a brav. So I think it was one Tuesday I decided, I said, let me go to Rick show, go give him a strength. As a virgin, we go to the show, when I play some song. Just give him a strength. Never. I wasn't thinking much of it because I know him a doing thing. With the Up and Live show, but...
So what year did you actually join the Up and Live team?
2017, 2018.
Nah, it was like...
Yeah.
It's what? Late part of 2016, I think.
Okay.
2016 because it's before.
All right, we'll settle on 2016.
Anyway, more like it's 2018.
So anyway,
so you joined in 2016. Rick, it started in 2013. So you were doing it 3 years by yourself. Then Dragon came in 3 years later. Then Ras, when did you join?
2017.
Oh, okay. So then it was by then a full team, or was there somebody else after Ras?
There was Fire Q came onto the board roughly about 2019. So he wasn't as consistent, but he was there with it week in, week out. He's still a part of the team, but he's just not as present as he used to be.
So how is he a part of the team? How do you figure that out when somebody's not present, but they're still a part of the team?
Yeah, because the Up and Live show, it's not like, it's just a mutual concept between friends, and it's not
content,
like
you said.
Consent between friends. It's not like a contract to say that, oh, you have to be a team, you have to sign up, you have to be here every week, every out. We just have a mutual understanding that, listen, these are the people that we associate ourselves with, and they're a part of our brand. So they don't have to be here every single week, but we know that they're still fun.
So once you're a part of it, you're part of it forever then, is what you're saying?
Unless you're going to do something like drastically, or you're going... I don't know what Breads are going. My Breads, fire shut off.
Yeah, which is crazy, because then how did Breads, because I do remember seeing him on the lives with you guys, but then he became a permanent fixture, now having this picture there, which is different to you guys one, but he's got a picture there.
Because you can see that he's added to the family. Yeah. I think with Bread's situation...
He's adopted,
He was a genuine supporter of the show, and besides the scenes, he used to give us like privy insight to things, and I think Rasta came up with the idea first about like inviting him because of the I think Rasta can
we network, so because if we reflect back on 2020, we built a relationship.
Mm.
Obviously through COVID, and him doing Magnum Fridays.
Yeah.
Remember the live.
So he's built a relationship.
We built
yeah.
a working relationship, and we just thought it would have been a good addition to the group.
Right.
A different perspective, a different energy.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I'm glad because they take off the argument between me and Jagan every week.
It's
Me have
fixed
some-
That's
on a
good.
weekly basis.
Okay,
Yes.
that's good.
Yeah.
So, what do you think that the UK need a show like Up and Live, and why? Anyone can answer that.
All right, why would I say UK need a show like Up and Live show is because like the space is out there for anyone to do, and like basically looking out in the wider world in the UK, it's only the big mainstream radio station is doing it, and we don't have a mainstream act. So you take somebody like us to kind of bridge that gap between like underground and mainstream to kind of get the arts over, because in our space, we know there's a lot of talented artists who is not getting no justice. And we realize like the whole space is changing in terms of like people are changing how they consume music. And people are not going by the mainstream trend anymore. People are more tuning into like semi-underground or underground music or underground station. Just like if you're watching YouTube and you're watching the war that's going in Ukraine. You're not gonna really believe everything you hear on BBC or CNN. You're gonna get it from kind of underground news station because they are more underground, they are more factual. Because a lot of the time we realize that people under shadow like the work that, for instance, like some of the work that you've done over the years. Even though a lot of people might say you are new to the scene, but you do put in a lot of work, and people might say, oh, she new and she's just doing for the likes and whatever. But these things take time and dedication, and you have to have your head on your shoulder, because we know that the internet world, it could be brutal out there.
Yeah, but let's get back to the question of why is Up and Live show important? Why should people watch it, or what was the goal of Up and Live?
It has a big goal, and it has its relevance because for the main reason I saw it was that far too often, like when we're over Jamaican people and come over like to England, everybody's always the mainstream UK networks were all sourced out to BBC, Capital, whatever, and we needed something that represent us.
Right.
Like we that live the culture, not just someone telling our story via a different lens who has nothing to do with our culture.
Right.
So this show, that's why we focus mainly on dancehall and reggae music, because a hit we listen to. And we can
It's our
tell
culture
you-
as well.
we can tell how it is from a perspective who's inside of it.
Yeah.
And we needed somewhere to like a home for like the UK talents that's here, and also people who's coming in that they can say, all right, we're doing it. Because if you look when most of the stars them come over here, there's no other show
For them
that's
to go to.
for them to go to at the moment. I guarantee you that any artist in the UK right now, the first thing that come to their mind is got BBC, and BBC not play dancehall more than one show a week or 1.5 hours a night, whatever.
Okay.
No disrespect to Shawnee Beam, not disrespect him. Good show, but obviously when we are at a party and when we're going out, we are going to listen to the youth them in the street, the liar
Yeah,
squad them,
fresh
the big
them,
night them,
yeah.
big
Black
black night them,
night.
I say big night. The black night them also.
Yeah.
That's how we did into the streets. And we are connect with the street people them.
Okay.
That's why this show is needed, because we connect to the streets.
Okay, I have so much questions. You were all born in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's first-hand experience from everything. It's not your parents were Jamaican and you were born. Okay, so in regards to the artists, go into mainstream like BBC, etc., and they would probably put off going to Up and Live, for an interview. What's your take on that, and how do you tackle a situation like that, Ras?
As Rick alluded to, the platform is there for everyone. It's for UK dancehall artists to be seen and to be heard. That's like a tagline that we use sometimes.
Okay.
But it's also there for our roots and our culture. Remember, we're Jamaicans, and these are people that UK artists emulate and look up to. So if it is a case that you can see, for instance, we've had Diani on the show, we've had Chanel Muir on the show, if you can see these caliber of artists on our show on different levels, why is it that the platform's there for you as well?
Yeah.
Why is it that come and access the platform? So Up and Live show is not only for UK artists, we're also there because of the love and because of the passion that we have for music and or culture.
So it's for dancehall music and culture,
Yeah.
but you want to zoom in more on the UK artists because they're a bit left out of the loop.
Of course,
Okay.
of course, and we speak about sorta cutters. We speak about this sometimes. Like they're talented UK artists. You know this yourself. They're not always going to get. They're not always going to be readily called by BBC. Like you have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, we are here to help with your stepping
get to
stones,
that
to help
stage.
with your career, to get to that stage. So
Yeah.
that's.
But whilst you are helping with stuff, there can be some backlashes to that and some ungratefulness as well.
Oh, we've experienced that.
Dragon, when these situations occur, how do you deal with that? And not because, you know, one person doing or reacting negatively can put you off helping others or working with others for a while. How do you balance that out?
For me, I don't say there's no half-putting days in dancehall because you know. If you know how social media work and how the world work, negativity sell and controversy sell. So anything that do, even if it's in a negative light, it can always spin in a way to benefit either you or the person that is giving off that energy or vice versa. So it's just for you to manage yourself now as a person or artist and say like, this is the situation. How can I benefit off this situation? Because a lot of time, a lot of people I know, they probably say, oh, I should play more UK artist songs.
UK dancehall or UK?
UK dancer.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of time they're gonna say, oh, I should play more of their songs. And the reason why some of the time I decide to play less, because it was a time when I was playing wholly more. If I keep on playing more and more, it's gonna make the artist see like, oh, I'm doing enough. So I'm not hungry enough. So when I see an artist not promote his music enough, it kinda
bench
like,
it.
So the less your song play, the more you promote it. So you kind of make the artist be hungrier.
So
Because
if you see that they're not pushing their music as much, you just give them a look of time out. Is that your strategy?
not really that. Like just on our whole, I just want to see they promote the music better and more harder. Because Chanty Force have a massive hit song, Machiavelli, and to me, I would say that song didn't promote properly. Because
By
that
the
song,
team, by Shanty Forces
that
team.
song should cross the border of UK into Jamaica and America realms.
Why
and
do
be
you
a
say
top song.
that? Why do you say that?
Because that song have the potential. Yeah, everything was there. The wordplay, the timing of the song when the song dropped, the content of the song.
Yeah.
Everything was right when that song.
Why do
come
you?
out on
Would
the
you
road.
agree with that?
Yeah,
And what
I do agree. And we
same reason?
Shanty can tell you. We've had these conversations with him. Some parts of it he can agree with. He's a talented artist. His wordplay is very good. I think this song should have been further than where it is now.
Okay.
But I just wanted to add to what Dragon said. If we reflect on what we did while we were at Flames Radio, we used to have a specific section in our show called The Plug.
Even TJM as well.
Even at TGM, we started it at Flames Radio. There was about 15-20 minutes, probably
15 minutes.
15 minutes out of the show where we would play UK dancehall artists songs. This is Forever Sasha. This is our new song called WORLMAG. Check it out. We would do videos. We would send them to the artist, and the artist say, yeah man, big up, key alive. And that's where it stops. We would be doing this for weeks.
So
after weeks.
at some point, do you feel like you doing more work than the artist
It
themselves?
felt that way, as well as it felt as if it wasn't appreciated.
Right.
And it takes time, it takes resources. Remember, we're not rich, so we have to do a 9 to 5 at times. But because of the dedication and the love that we have for what we do, we continue to do it. And then we have to take a step back and we have to say, but if we are putting more work than the artist, then like, for real?
Yeah.
This makes sense?
Just to add on that, like, me not bashing the artist.
And we're not bashing anybody.
Me not bashing the
like,
artist, but look at it this way. I want you to take a look in a UK dancehall scene. Otherwise, from Stylo G, Queenie is the biggest thing. Hands down.
So about REGGAE?
Queenie is the biggest thing. Otherwise, from
Who not say Ragga no
Stylo
big?
G. Me not say Ragga no big, but otherwise from Stylo G, Queenie is the next biggest thing. See? And for these artists where claim they are lyricists, they have the material and the potential, you need to look in your career and self. When me I do that wrong, that means that the promotion is not up. The promoting of your song is not up. You need to do something drastically or something will get an audience to your music, will get you out there, because as one foot is through the door, 10 can run through after you.
But remember them say them the run down people, so that's
It's
the
not
next
it's
thing
not
as
run
well,
down
so.
people. As
A lot of them see promotion as running down people.
Well, that has nothing to do with us.
Of course,
They
absolutely.
have to, because again, you have to understand that we're here to assist.
Yeah.
We're here to assist. We're here to support as much as we possibly can. There's so much we can do, and then until we can't do anything else, the onus is on you. If you are passionate about what you're doing, you're passionate about where you want to reach within the music, this brutal music industry,
Yeah.
you're going to have to put in the work, bro. I'm sorry.
So Dragon, how often do you play Queenie songs on your show?
Any song? Well, anytime I get another section there where the song can fit in,
Yeah.
I do play it.
Yeah.
Because, like, I think Queenie is a nice person in general. Like, I think me and her have a nice understanding. And I think we get along nicely. And I think she's a nice person. Yeah, so...
What about her talent? What's her talent saying?
Talent? Yeah, man, Queenie have talent. And a lot of people might say, this says she don't have no real talent. But listen, you see, if you know what your talent is, and to get the best out of what you have, talent.
Yeah.
She have her talent.
So Rick, do you agree that Queenie is, apart from Stylo G, the biggest thing in UK dancehall now?
I would agree in the marketing sense, yes. She's
And popularity?
and popularity. With known wise, there's no one else here bigger than her, than Stylo G. Yeah, there's Gappy Ranks, yeah, good artists, reggae artists from a long time. But we're talking about like new trendy artists.
Current.
There's no
Yeah.
one. Yeah, you can't just say to a Jamaican somebody in my community what you know and say, yo, you know the artists they struggle to figure
Okay.
out
Yeah.
this.
So here's a question. So Queenie being, in you guys' eyes, like the biggest thing in dancehall currently, aside from Stylo G. But I don't hear Queenie's song that much. Queenie's not really in the charts or anything like that. Is it that it's her artistry that is being noticed, or her personality and her phrases, like Valiant, for example, who's been around from Popcorn years, but then him go say catchy at a lie, and then people start focus more on his music and see his talent.
But
No. It's her whole lifestyle. You have to understand.
that's
so it's not her
before.
music.
No, it's a no. She did get a hit song, whether or not her lifestyle. Double Tap was a hit song, so you can't go around that. It's a hit song.
No, I'm not trying to go around it. What
And
I'm trying to do is
the
be
end of the
fair
day
to the
is-
artist. 1 second, to what you just said in regards to the artist. Now, a lot of them don't do gimmicks. A lot of them don't do what Queenie does, you know, with her out there personality, etc. They're literally focused on, I'm doing the music, etc. So my thing is music enough for people to get to where they need to?
Yeah, music is enough if you have a good team around you and you manage the music
strategy
properly and your strategy is good. Otherwise, because we live in 2022 now, and people like to consume music different with the visual. People like to dip in your business and get a bit of a lifestyle, so you have to kind of show a bit of your lifestyle. If just alright, let me give a good comparison. Right? Look at Chronic Law. You don't see a lot of his lifestyle out there and a lot of things we do on a day to day, but his music is potent, just like Massacre. But you have some other people where post a lot, do a lot, but their music ain't that great, but we still love them and respect them because we know say that type of lifestyle them live and this is what them about. So you can relate to them music and them lifestyle together. You can put together. Like it come like Lego, like you connect the block them together. So it's just like say you have some artists now over here, then we do them TikTok skit, put up dance on TikTok a dance and stuff. But in terms of with them music, they're not doing it. It's like the promotion only go here, so like, oh, me I want EP I come out this week. Then promote it this week and next week. The other week in a year, not about it.
So is it then fair to say that obviously everybody has to look at what works for them then.
True.
Because you have IQ that does his music and he does dances to it. And if you say, give me an artist that's on TikTok that does that, you think IQ. If you say, give me an artist or somebody on TikTok that they got catchphrases or whatever, you can say, no, catchphrase like Queenie or whatever, you know. So it's, the bottom line is, the artists, you can say there are loads of talented artists in the UK. However, if everybody's doing the same thing that we're used to for years, but things in time are changing, right? We're consuming music so fast. Think that everybody wants to see who's doing the latest. How can I catch on to that?
It's not music is changing, it's dancehall is what changes. Dancehall is trendy music. If you realize hip hop don't change, because hip hop is consistent.
Hip hop does change, Rich.
Yeah, it doesn't change as drastically as fast as dancehall does.
I think they all do.
I don't think so, because I can listen to there's still
have the wicked stuff.
Yeah, you still have the elements of the 90s flavored R&B, like Big Energy. That's a 90s song comeback. And
what, with Lato and thingy?
Yeah, big energy. That's a 90s.
Pop and R&B together.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that song is element of the 90s R&B, which still works now. But dancehall music, it changed quicker. And it's more always what's happening now. In hip hop music, it's not much of a trend to be on like dancehall. It's not as fast paced as dancehall. Dancehall changes. Next week, you probably hear say, I want different thing. I probably like I'm not scamming again or voodoo again. Yeah,
but that's not dancehall changing though. It's like the topic, which is a great thing. Then with different things to talk about, because P Diddy would kind of disagree with you.
Genre it happens.
P Diddy would disagree with you though, because he said that R&B is dead. There's no more R&B like it used to be. So people that's been from a different era that's listened to music can see that it's changing, and there's nothing wrong with change.
Yeah, but that's what I'm not saying. It doesn't change. It's the speed. Dancehall change.
You think it changed quicker than anyone else?
And the thing is, I see dancehall and reggae remains is steady pace. Always, people who listen to reggae music will listen to the same song. Reggae and them who are over and over. But the current trend, the chopper style, the new style wave, that's always changing. This minute over here, so this is minute over there, so it doesn't stay long in dancehall.
So do you think the UK artists are keeping up with the Jamaicans with how quickly they're dropping their stuff and changing it up?
That fast.
So do you think that's a part of the problem then?
My thing is the UK artists them take too long to adapt. Because, for instance, we're in that little chopper era, you know, that chopper have that little snare sound in it.
Yeah.
We have that distinct sound, and them have that distinct flow. The UK artists are always like 2-3 years behind in terms of like the wordplay with the lyrics and some of the topics. So even though some of the time them have some good song, it can't mesh together with the current song in the dance to make people really familiarize with them. So if they decide, it's not about riding someone else's wave, but it's like about staying current.
Facts,
and staying relevant
with the theme as well,
with what's going on around you. Because I can't be singing where I call it ska and rock steady when I reggae run things. It's just not gonna happen. And I think the UK artists them just take too long to adapt to the situation.
And I mean, we were speaking about promoting and getting music out there. They also, and this is a discussion that we've had on several occasions. Dragon literally said it. You drop an EP this week, and by 2 weeks' time, it's forgotten. There's no strategy. There's no promotion. There's no. The work is. We personally don't see the work being put in for us to say, yeah man, yeah, put in the work. You might make one Instagram post. You will send a song to us in our email, but we're not really seeing anything being done, and we're not. And don't get it wrong. We're not putting you to the side, but I personally want to see passion from the artist. We've had discussions with several artists that say, oh, they're using a different strategy and it's top secret for now, and we're waiting, and we're still not seeing.
It's top secret. You're not listening.
So
maybe then just to know what to do.
And you know what though, Rick? I'm gonna go back to what you said when you said about dancehall music changing quicker than others. I'm gonna just touch on the part in regards to dancehall music. the promotion with dancehall music is different to the promotions of hip hop and R&B.
Yeah, we know that.
Dancehall is singles that sells, right? They run with the song and you know a dash with that is done. Like literally, the dash with that thing is a real thing, right?
Yeah.
So you will hear the songs like you can't go to a party and not hear a cartel. You know, certain artists, but I've gone to parties and not hear certain artists who are still big, right? But there's some music that's just timeless. So it's about creating that timeless song, right? But dancehall drops singles, and that's how it works. So with the EP promotion of, they can't keep at it for
that was
weeks.
just an example.
Yeah,
Anyway.
they really can't keep at it for weeks. R&B and hip hop, yeah, because they're on the charts, they're being sold like that. It's different. Where dancehall is consumed like so rapidly. It's constantly changing. But one of the problem I do find with the dancehall here in the UK is that they're not dropping visuals with their songs. Exactly. Okay, that's the major problem. Not even about the EP, they're not promoting it. Yeah. Because you know when there's a visual, like there was a video, I can't remember which one it was, I was watching and the song wasn't that great, but I'm watching the video, I like rewind just to go see.
It makes you want
That's
to
the point of a video.
Song.
It helps to complement, you know? Exactly. But they're not using all of the tools and I don't know why.
And probably, and we can sit here with, probably they don't have the resources, probably we don't.
They have an iPhone?
Hear me out.
You know Ding Dong film thingy on the iPhone? Oh, sorry.
I was going to go there.
Sorry.
There are other avenues that people can use, like you have an iPhone. Even Queenie's latest song with what's Stick Around, it's an iPhone. The brand was on film it. You would have never known that if she didn't say it.
We're all creators, we're all directors, we're always on TikTok doing this and that. Your TikTok
you are on
video,
TikTok doing
no,
this
but
and
even
that.
if you do a little mime, that's you filming something. That can go with the song. It doesn't have to be Steven Spielberg quality, but it's better than, you know.
Not having anything at all.
And our next point is that it's all right if you're not doing chopper song or not staying with the following the trend, what's going on. You need to find yourself and find out what you're good at and stick with it and promote it good. Because even though I give you an example, the current project, let's say, running now, Spooky's project, very good project, but for me again,
Sounds of Tears,
Sound of Tears, I don't see much promotion going on again. Even though I listen to the project whole heap of time because I like it as a good song.
Body of work.
But as you said, there's no visuals for most of them, and it's like it's just a few weeks of promotion, and then that's it.
So talking of Sounds of Tears EP, if you, I'm going to ask you across the board, start with Rick. If that was your album or your EP, what would you do different? How would you promote it? When you say you don't see promotions, where would you make sure people have seen it?
Okay,
like two things.
There's so many things. I'm just going to two.
Yeah, so they can have two and they can have 20.
Obviously, if you keep doing the same thing, and you're expecting different results,
insanity.
So for instance, I would try to get into new market. Obviously, you know how Spooky is. Spooky is not a person. Him nah go beg nobody nothing. Him nah go read nothing. So but me, if it was I promoting, I would find different markets and market this new project too, because it's very good. And the next way I would promote it as well, I will bring it back to the core, a yard as well, where the music lives, Jamaica. I'll be back there, video shot there, because the topics that he's talking about is relatable to the little man and I get along there, or the man in our higher society. And I think the brand of dancehall sells best where it's born, in Jamaica, nowhere best. So that's why I go back to Jamaica, do some video. And do your thing.
Ras?
We shouldn't shy away from regular processes, because regular processes are part of the bigger picture. Two things that we can suggest he can do. Social media is quite powerful. He said it himself, he not really do the regular kind of thing. His presence on social media, it needs to be felt more, that's my opinion. So using the various social media marketing strategies, if you get a team, that's one of the pointers. Get a team that is passionate about your project, that is passionate about your career, where you want to go, and use the resources that you have. Use social media is powerful.
Right.
So those are the two I would say.
Okay.
All right. What I was saying is now, like, get the song in a compilation of the regular man them who make the mix CDs. And the second thing is I would have to do a media stunt, because if I'm brain tear spooky, I'm already a kind of established artist.
And the talent's there.
People know the name, so they just need to get themselves familiar with the songs and the EP.
Yeah.
So if it was me, I would do a kind of social media stunt. I would think of something
A
to
campaign.
get some attention towards me, so I could introduce that to them. Because when you hear something like in some mixtape, sometimes you hear some song, you say, "Who sing that?"
Right, yeah.
And when you kind of direct them, say, "Yeah, man, for the EP that," then people start listening. Just like REGGAE King new album, like him have some brilliant song on it, and him did the EP last launch on this. But he just wasn't picking up no traction until people start listening to some mixtape, and people are made the song them and I say, "Yo, this is the way where I go along now with the Chronicle of them, and you know the Silk Bass them remember Spooky sang them at them laying there you know, and some I sang them wicked enough for them song you know, but I grown it. If him they just kind of think about something like that,
Need proper marketing.
and just it do very well because it's an album where me like.
Yeah.
Me like that album.
Okay.
But he did. We spoke to him a couple of weeks ago, or probably over a month ago, and he did say he had some strategies in the making to execute.
Oh, I ain't this a top secret?
No, man. Did he say it was
Never
top
said
secret?
top
I don't think he. No, I don't think he's the one that said it was top secret.
Okay.
But he did share with us that he's working on some.
That's good.
You know,
Yeah.
things to promote the project and to promote him. You know, because if we know Brain Tear Spooky and what we knew before Sounds of Tears is that it's two different spookies. It's spooky, but it's not spooky. Is that
Evaluation.
like a mellow based on
evaluation.
the project? That is a more mellow spooky.
Okay.
She hurt him.
Sounds
bad.
like Tear song.
No
Good.
man, she hurt him, man.
Okay.
So it's a different spooky. What get from
Another
it.
layer.
Another layer of spooky, and so
That's good.
I told him, or we've told him already. I'm very curious and I'm very interested to see how it is that you'll be.
Honestly, I
executed.
haven't listened to the Sounds of Tears.
It's
There was
a
a
good
time
body
he
of
did
work.
say that it would be out at a particular date, and like
did
you said with the
fall out on a
promotion,
Friday.
there's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
much going on.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Ten
So
times.
yeah.
Yeah.
But starting with you, Dragon, what is your hopes for the UK artists? Because you say like for them boss or reach next level or whatever. What is your hopes for them?
For the UK, alright. So my hopes for them is like today for the UK artists them to like go on a steady plane, not like have an artist come out of the pack today, and then next year we don't have nobody. Want to when an artist come out of the pack, and next one rise, and next one rise.
When you back come out of the park?
Boss get a hit song and maintain them saying get the next hit song.
You just said
establish
Shanti
themselves.
made a hit song, but it's not global. So hit
not-
song, what level? What do you mean?
Hit song Jamaica,
Okay,
England,
globally.
and America. That what we would have consider our dancehall pinnacle.
Okay.
See? So once you get a hit song there, people know you as a household name. You maintain yourself.
Okay.
But now get one song, and then after that you drop under the wave and nobody hear about you, then nobody else rise. Want to see like there's
Progression.
some form of progression in the music, like one artist forward out of the pack and they maintain himself and one more forward and more artists rise. So that you say, yo, we have a future in this thing, because we just not do it for me and my friend them and people who want to see make it and rise. More I know say when me old and me not gonna dance no more, me know say the things what me I don't know, it's enough to kind of leave a legacy there for somebody can earn them keep, because realize that nowadays world is a lot of people now go to the traditional job them. A lot of people are going at them feeder. So want to make sure say the things set a bit better than how them set it for us, so people can actually reap them benefit off of dancehall music in the UK.
And what's your hopes?
Hopes. So I can say more than one.
Yeah.
Right. More structure within the dancehall, UK dancehall fraternity. I want to see more female dancehall artists on the rise, forwarding. I want to see more live performances with not track shows. Well, track shows are good, but with live band, Rick them trying to do. I'm a live band person. I want, and it helps to develop the artists'
Skill
stage
set.
performance and their skill set on stage. It helps you to know, it reminds you punchline, all of them little things there. I want to see
It brings
more
out
of that.
personality though, doesn't
and
it? Yeah.
and it shows talent. It shows us a different side from what we're hearing on a record.
Right,
We can
right.
see Alright then, oh, him sing that song, oh, Zine, cool, man.
Yeah.
Those are the things I want to see. I want to see more unity. Not saying that there's no unity. I want to see more cohesiveness within the industry.
We're going to get back on unity in a second because I believe it's the myth. But go on. What are your hopes?
I can't change them over, so I have a different.
Okay, we got a wish list.
Yeah, because right now, me have a jive at like the ones who made it before, like the ones like, for instance, like General Levy, Styler G, Gappy Ranks, the ones that are established worldwide and have the blueprint of how to be a sensible, respected artist. I think most of these youths need that schooling, and I think these artists needs to be more available to teach or to actually nurture some artists.
Ooh, the one that's already...
The one that's established, like
Okay.
case in point, Styler G. He is one of the most recognized dancehall artists here, and I don't think he connects with the dancehall community. Not to say that he has to, but then again, if someone like that is not really putting a hand back or whatever, it doesn't help the culture to grow. And it's the same culture that feeding you right now. And also, I need to see more of like the people that the promoters here are the people who are bringing over the UK art, like the Jamaica dancer artists, to connect with us more, like a Sasha more, a Up and Live show more. Because if they don't build us, if they don't co-sign, catch up with WORLMAG or Up and Live show, we're going to always be in the same repetitive circle.
Well, we're on TV in Jamaica, by the way, E+ TV, so yeah, shout out Jamaica.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If those big name artists don't come and co-sign, Up and Live show, it's always going to be looked at as BBC is going to be the number one lookout for what's happening
Or
in
the only one.
Or the only one.
Yeah.
And that is not so. So what I would like to see is the little shows them around, the little radio station, get a proper look in when it matters. Not when we're having a UK link-up dancehall show.
You know,
but
you're
when we're
right,
having
Rick.
a big stage show.
But we can also help with that, first off, by stop calling ourselves little, because there's nothing little about WORLMAG, okay? It's just that some people are just late to the party. They haven't caught on yet. Because for those who does watch the show, know that there's quality content here. We do speak to quality artists like yourselves as well.
But
you know?
we understand, but we have to say it as it is. In the streets, the people, they look at
in comparison
to, and we know that is not it.
We're not the bigger organization.
We're not bigger
But that's
than that,
weird.
but we're more connected.
We're more connected to the street, and to be frank, because they are who they are, a lot of these artists are just going there for the brand.
Just the brand.
Seeing, and they if you
And
understand,
nothing
say,
is
yo,
wrong with that either. But
for a certain brand, it don't really necessarily mess with the culture. We can swear up on the show?
Sure.
Yeah, you don't fuck with the dancehall culture too much. See? So in terms of that now, they go there because they want to post and brag. You don't come like say, me go to New York, but I want to go Hot 97, one of big station, them or something.
But then they
like
want to be paid. It helps if you have a BBC logo on whatever you're doing when you're sending a reel to someone, let's be honest.
But you add to your CV, but some of these artists are already established. They went to BBC multiple times. So
Every time they come
you
to
don't
BBC.
really give nothing, but is it disrespect what I'm talking about?
hear you.
Yeah.
Where every time they kind of sidestep the
the
smaller
world.
players in the game. Because I'm not saying I'm lifting up our brand or your brand, but to be honest, BBC them is a big corporation. I mean, this Chris Sutter are none of them man there, but look at look at Chris Sutter. Are enough of these man we see come out of the park and get a big highlight because them play on some big station or whatever. You ever see them in another dance would be the regular party and we go play our dance?
Dragon, I tell you
I'm
what.
gonna spend full money and support full thing. No.
I tell you what, they are watching us though.
But
they know what's happening
they
here.
are. But the thing is, they are watching us, but they are the one who's reaping the benefit
Okay.
of our labor. And it's not right because, imagine, we do all of the groundwork now. We put in the groundwork, we left here, we go party, we do the campaign, we do this, we tell people and say, yo, that's a go on, blah, blah, blah. But yet still, them buy 2 tickets and them go down to Jamaica with them cameraman and them call, them money, everybody line long, grow the black with the artists.
Like it, yeah,
Everybody line up for come here, Chris Saturday man, some little man, and in real life, you said that, but them nobody said that over here either. them not put in work in the culture either. And you say like, but this is weird. And it come to a point, not to seem bad mind about anything. It come to a point I'm just frustrated with everything. You say, yo, look how much work we put in over the years. And some man, what you say, them not even in the street.
Yeah.
We're in the street, we're in the studio.
I'm gonna react to that respond to that with two things, right? One, the BBC, people that work for BBC, etc., it's not as pretty as it looks, okay? I can't say any names or go too much into it, but there's so many things that you might think, oh yeah, BBC's fancy, they get this, they get that. No, okay? It's just not that. Like you said a minute ago, it's the name. It's just the branding. It's like saying I'm going KFC instead of Morley's, okay? It's just the branding. It's not.
But you say that, but you say KFC, you go KFC for chicken, right? But would you go to, say, India to learn football?
I don't know, first, I don't care about football.
Exactly.
You go for curry.
India, you go for curry, you
Oh,
go
no,
for,
Jamaica
for
curry.
cricket. But just like if you want to learn about dancehall,
Yeah.
that's why it bothers me. We do dancehall and we.
But they don't want to learn about dancehall though when they go there on the show, do
It's not even about
they?
learning. It's the culture. It's what we do. It is ours.
It's the platform.
It's the platform.
Yeah. And that's okay. Like Rick
it's-
said,
it's
that's
okay.
fine.
Yeah, but it's
100%.
fine
no, you go.
it's okay
Yeah.
to go there. Nothing is wrong with going there.
But don't shun and don't
Exactly.
overlook us.
And I idea too. Me need to customize my regular average person like myself too. Because you see, because of this mental state of fuckery, some of uno like foreign
Don't
things,
get overexcited with the
uno
swearing
like
though.
sweetie and them thing there. So because of that, everything was foreign, uno want watch it and no go watch it. Because if Sasha do him little thing, or if
Big
Papa
thing, me not little brother.
or if Sasha do him big thing, or
Yeah.
if I do them little thing.
You no go on. You go on talk about your thing.
No, I'm just saying.
And them
If
late
we
to
do
the
it
party.
If I do a thing,
Yeah.
them the two to one come and support you, but they would have quick because support a white man because he have a, we call it, a big brand towards it. As we say, we know it's not pretty and it's not fancy as what they think. People are just working because of name tag. And we say, enough of the time is because of CV reference, because that's why they go to them thing about an idea. You have to be true to yourself and true to your branding. Because
Right.
an idea, we realize the traditional way of bossing, it changed, you gone to the window.
But we talk about the big artists, right, that comes to the UK that's not giving the support to the like Up and Live, WORLMAG and that. But then you do have artists in the UK that's not doing that. So before we go overseas, let's deal with what's happening here in-house, especially the people that we do push, because you guys do a lot in regards to the UK artists, etc. You know, but not all of them are pro what you guys do, supporting, repost. They will send you their songs for you to share it, but if you send them something of yours, they won't be sharing. I don't know, for
It's
some
something
reason
of
the artists then
theirs.
feel like
It's
no, but I mean like
theirs.
it's okay. So Dragon is
has
an
a logo on
artist.
it.
Dragon is an artist. You've sent his stuff out. The rest of them won't share it.
Okay.
Right? Whether it's that he's going to be on the show tonight or whatever. I don't know, but for some reason, it seems like artists feel like the music alone can't share. I don't understand. It's weird. But my main thing is, I'm not even that fussed about the artists that aren't here in the UK. I'm bothered about the ones that are here in the UK. Like, for example, you do an interview with them. They won't share the interview. They won't go and drop a comment. They won't interact. Not saying they have to, but at the same time, it's like before we go for the people outside, inside, I have to make it look pretty first. 'Cause I remember Jamaica beef up the Jamaican artists them so that we can, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's where the problem lies in regards to that. Another thing, let's talk mobiles, right?
Yeah.
So have you guys seen the mobiles nominations?
No,
I
I'm
haven't
really
seen
interested in an England thing.
Yeah?
Because to me,
Yeah.
the England mobiles, watch it couple of years and I don't feel like said that is a true reflection or representation of our music in the UK.
Well, y'all go dead when you hear about this, because them changed the reggae and dancehall category to Caribbean Music Act category.
That's why I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it now.
And to further that, may I go watch it because you need to know what they're doing, what not to do or what to learn or whatever.
We're
But
really
do
like
zoom
that
in.
section.
Knowledge is power. But there's how many acts? 6 acts, I think. And guess who they are? Guess where they're from?
They're nothing to do with Jamaica.
Okay, what do you say?
A couple of them could probably come from
Buy
here,
products.
like the
Like-
Amara baby and them.
And-
Them dep on it. Probably. She's
gonna-
from here. Tell me.
Well,
They're all Jamaicans.
Really?
They're all Jamaicans.
They've changed.
Shamsia, Skilly, who else? Coffee.
We can Google it.
Yeah. They're all Jamaicans.
Oh.
It's the fact that they say Caribbean, but then they're all Jamaican, which is good for the little island. Big up yourself.
I mean-
But Caribbean.
Come on, bro.
I'm from
Almost
Trinidad. I'm
is.
from St. Vincent. I'm gonna feel some type of way because
Exactly.
soca's been.
Soca
Like,
is
Right? We need a soca thing and a dancehall one.
This as well as the Caribbean because like in 2022, soca is not an official genre as yet. So this is something we need to address because we know soca from a long time.
Yeah, but Caribbean music, I kind of ain't. What's that?
No, but soca is a genre. We know so we have dancehall as
What's
a genre.
Caribbean music thing? Is that a genre?
No, it's not a genre.
So them can't do anything them want do?
Just like oh, they want brand dancer. What them they want call one at a time clubhouse.
Tropical.
Tropical clubhouse. So we realize that white people try to be crafty as well. Them always try. Not even say white people because me not against white people. Some people in the music business want to be, what you call it?
crafty.
Very crafty and try rebrand our thing and repackage it because as I said, Jamaican like
Culture
foreign.
vulture.
And we, all the Jamaican they're foreign, we like foreign things. So
Yeah.
anything where them re-rap, them can sell back easy. Just like when I say, would I rather watch one white man present for everything? I would rather watch one foreign somebody cook food and show how to do it.
Yeah.
But in a sense, we kind of deserve whatever they give us.
Stand up.
Because when we're trying to build our own, to make our own show, because I guarantee you, if it was a Jamaican, somebody who's connected to core, doing the nomination, they would have put the correct things. Because in that
correct-
category,
yeah.
if you're talking about dancehall music, you have to put the little Valiant, because he's the most current artist
At
in
the moment.
the space at the moment. In dancehall.
Then shouldn't that be a different category? Because I don't believe he should go in
No, I don't
that.
think
yeah,
the
it's
I
not-
don't think the
yeah.
Mobiles because the Mobiles is
yeah.
about your collective work over the span of the year.
But somebody said something similar to that in the comments, saying that Skilly Bang, whatever, they're signed to big people. What about the little
That's what-
people? But we should all know that there's a time and place for everything.
No,
and
but
this
it's-
is not the time
there
for the
are other-
valiant stuff. It
and there's
isn't. It
other-
really
No,
isn't. We have to be realistic.
But what is the Mobiles?
And
What
there
is
are
the
other
Mobiles?
brands that
Right?
with
Yeah.
What's the Mobiles?
So the Mobiles, right? So obviously it's the awards for black people,
Yeah.
awards or whatnot. But what I mean is in the level of the grand scheme of thing, Valiant. I love Cash, right?
Yeah.
And Cash being on the Mobiles, if it's for newcomer, then okay.
Then fine, the Cash
yeah.
is fine.
But
Yeah.
for you to then look at Massacre's album, 408,
Exactly.
Mad
458,
album,
yeah.
458?
Yeah, it's not
Exactly.
4, 5.
Four, no 5 in there.
No, man, a 4 man.
308.
439.
No.
We can't
Them
So
person-
Monica album, regardless of where it called, bad album, right? He's not up for any award.
Exactly.
So for you to skip past Massacre and then go to Valiant
Yeah.
are one with him thing right now.
That would have
right?
been a newcomer section.
Right?
Yeah.
But this,
But-
that clearly shows what is in play here. It is just a bunch of people
Just
sitting
doing
in a room,
seeing things.
looking at the numbers that they have or whatever the label send them, because we know how these things work. It's not, for me, to give somebody an award, you have to work for it.
Valiant no work, yeah.
Valiant, I may be
still
wrong,
He's putting
Yeah,
in
still
the
a
work.
work.
to mention Valiant.
Yeah.
Yes,
But
but what
because
I'm
he's
saying
trending.
is, for the names that they're gonna put forward, you're gonna tell that it's corporate
Okay, yeah, of course.
putting it through, and is that fair?
Then I forget the
Is
money,
that
they're
a
getting
true reflection?
sponsored, if it makes
Story
sense.
drinks.
Is that a true reflection
No,
of dancehall
Because
music?
you need some.
Shensia album did not connect
I know this
to
area.
no dancehall.
But that's okay because
Us.
they're not listening to the streets.
Nope.
That's what it is. They don't care about the streets. And
And
I
that's
asked somebody
exactly
on
what
the
he's
show
saying.
though,
Yeah.
is there money in dancehall? Does it really make sense? Because on the level that we're talking, if I'm honest, there isn't.
But
right?
not business,
It's
we're
where the
talking
big
about
side.
music, not the music business.
Cool, and then you can do that at talent show at school.
Exactly.
But where people are going
No,
to the
but
studio,
this is
spending
what
money
mashing up
on
the
their
business.
on their thing, they have to pay for their
studio
studio
session,
stuff, etc.
engineer.
Money comes into play.
Yeah, but it's just like, all right, for instance, if I don't believe nothing that is number one now,
Everything one answer still.
because
Yeah.
everything that's number one now is
Of
industry
course, I
push.
know.
Because most of the songs that get number one, you don't even know how it get there. You
I
don't even
know.
like the song. You just like it because you hear it so much. It's unfair for you to use music business to then tell me that this is hot and this is good because
That's
you're
where I
doing
go.
business.
Oh, shit.
Because you're telling me that Shensia album is one of the best things that come out of Jamaica. And when the rest of the world see that, they're going to think that Shensia is the shit. Not to say that she's not a good artist.
I know what
but
you're
her
saying.
album
But the project
does
that
not,
she provided wasn't.
But you know, everybody they still want their promotion. Mentioning Shensia for an award, you get something from that.
But that's what I'm saying. That's a business.
It's like, but it's business. It's music business, right? If you have a passion for music, I suggest you join the church choir and go do it there, because where the music business come in, it gets messy.
Yeah.
I know
Okay?
that,
Because saying Shensia, Shensia, 99% is going to post that she's up for a mobile award.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, you post one of the man them from the street. It's mobile, it's big league. They're gonna do that, but then how does it benefit them?
Yeah, but
they're gonna think about that. We have to be realistic.
Somewhere, because no one will do it in the first place. But if you start something, nothing will happen overnight. People want things to just happen just instantly like that. If you needed to go back to fix to be reflection of the music in the 60s when you used to have Motown, it had to. If you listen to Motown hits, everything on it is a hit because of it. It made you feel a way.
I know.
You felt something when you heard it. Nowadays, I can just make you go in on one boat, sing and go pretty up.
Everyone's an artist now,
and
so
then give it to some marketing exec,
Yeah.
and they put some money here and put this, and by 2-3 weeks time you have a hit. You're not really an artist.
Yeah.
But just because you have a social media presence, we can sprinkle some little.
But you guys said this, and I might get a bit of tomatoes thrown at me for this, but I'm going to keep it 100. You were just saying that Queenie is one of the biggest thing, etc. But there's a lot of work that's been done with Queenie's voice.
Yeah, but we're saying biggest.
And what you
names.
just explained is Queenie.
Said that.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
me
Yeah,
said that.
you said that.
And Rick
But what
the
you
impact.
just, but what you just said, you're describing Queenie.
Exactly. But what I'm describing for Queenie is what I said, not the biggest artist. She's the biggest personality, the biggest name from here that you can recognize. I'm not saying that she's the best artist or she's the greatest to do it, but she's the most recognized person.
If me an artist, whatever works for me, if somebody gonna sprinkle some fairy dust and it's my personality that really sells, and they're gonna sprinkle the fairy dust and that's what makes my record sell or make me get what I need to get, then that's what has to be done. And I feel like that's what a lot of artists need to focus on. A lot of people don't give a toss about the lyrics that you spit.
Yeah.
They don't care if it really resonates with them because it's so fastly consumed that people just wanna, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless you listen to like blues and jazz or stuff like that, that's meaningful and soulful, right? They just wanna be with the trend. Yeah, man, that slap, that this, that. 1 second though. Yeah. And I'm still proud of all the Jamaicans that's nominated for the Caribbean Act, because that's Jamaica. We look a country. Yeah, you know what I mean? I go on with itself. Big up yourself. But it's still, I'm looking at the side of the other Caribbean country, because had it been other Caribbean country that was in that category, not Jamaica,
We wouldn't have been saying, we wouldn't have been having this conversation.
Wouldn't be
but
happy.
The mere fact that it's only Jamaicans in a Caribbean. What's the
Caribbean Music Act, something like that.
It's just
crazy.
just call it dancehall.
Let me just interject and roll back to some point that Sasha made about especially about artists and them sprinkle advice. I know you've been to studio and you see the creation of a song. I know a song is created, right? A song nowadays, or long time, it don't do on 1 or 2 or 3 take.
Yeah.
So it's a giant of little part of your singer voice and the attitude. Look at this. Munga go through the first part of career just an attitude. T-Pain just the same. Would we say they are talentless people?
I never said that.
No.
What I'm saying, I'm just calling a spade for a spade.
So let me just I know you are trying that, but let me explain something to you now and how music make you feel. Sometimes somebody might have the idea, the execution, but them just don't have the natural raw talent we can put words together and make that, be articulate.
That's why you have a team.
Articulate themselves. And just like somebody is very brilliant, but him can't give a big speech. I have a man in the back of the class on a subject, can't chat for days. It'll come like the same thing, artistry.
We just play to our strengths.
So
that's fine.
Just like you probably have Queenie is not maybe the best, who is fluent in lyrical confrontation like Danger Them and whatever, but she probably have an idea. And it works.
No, it's quick. To me, in my opinion, only God can come and tell me different. It's her personality that sells, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's me not discrediting whether she has talent or not. If it works for her, it works for her. But what I'm saying is, Just talent alone isn't cutting it these days.
But
And the
you
sooner
feel the
everybody
vibe.
realizes, you feel the vibe for.
Of the music, when that song play.
So when you play, boop, 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 then you're gone. Done the so.
No, you feel it make you feel a type of way because you can relate to the subject. See, you just like say the Valiant song, right?
Which one?
Now, bounce check man, back in the class, man, on the subject, and you say, but hold on there. One night time when you go to school, and them that say, if you left and go to college and get one big degree,
Yeah, amount to nothing.
you know, amount to nothing. So basically, these youth are there say, yo, in subliminal, say there's other means of making your money. You don't have to do the traditional way of being a teacher, a lawyer, a doctor.
Yeah.
You can be a big dunce, but here and now, me have 3 apartments over there, so, and me have one house there, so I me have one little business, and the bright boy at school with the guy at college. He might dress up in a tie, go bank every blood clot day.
And I them him a go rob.
He not rob.
Them a rob them cause them a scammer, them do them do.
No, me not say scammer. You just having people is bills oriented.
What do you mean by bills oriented?
Business oriented.
Oh, business.
Because you have people who will take risks.
So you know the Valiant song to him say.
Yeah, we're not going to.
I
don't think he's focusing on
I'm
that
just
part of it.
But what I'm saying, a lot of the dons tend to say that they're scammers, right? So this is the thing now. When you go to school or whatever, you're doing your job, you're tired, or assuming that they work in a bank, you're going to get robbed by the dons. Is the moral of all of these songs anyway.
What about not getting robbed?
No, by the guys who go and say them dress up in them suit now and I go work and earn them money.
But them not make the money in the bank. That's what I try to tell you. That's what the point.
Alright, look what them a make or what them not make, they go into the scam.
No, the man them wear dress up pretty every day. The bank tell them, them not make no money. It's a small salary. If you check what them are making in Jamaica, you say.
So you feel like the dons them a make more money?
The regular little man, where you see one a little store, one a little this, one a little car mart, one a little business, is more better off than the man because go get him degree and him in a bank at the one 9 to 5 because.
All right, children at home, don't listen to this. Please speak to your parents.
I'm just trying to say there's other opportunity out there than the traditional jobs. So. This song to me, I don't say people listen and say scam, you have a lot of meaning.
Yeah.
It's a back of the class on the subject because a lot of people go school, didn't come out with no subject or anything, but they come out with the street savviness.
Okay,
they're
I understand that.
oriented and them can come out and them can make something from nothing. Because me never say me go to school and me have one big U degree and I come a friend and I say, me come out with little education, yes, but me not have a big degree, me can say, yeah, me come out, but yet still more better off than enough man where me know got good college and thing because some man won't never willing to make the risk what me make and invest my money in a certain thing and do certain thing with my money and say this me a try after because them believe in a traditional go work from 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock till 4 or 5 o'clock and paycheck to paycheck.
I hear what you're saying, the struggle is absolutely real, but with that whole dunce ideology and stuff, I'm so against it. As a mother raising children, I don't want to be even this. What's the point of me sending my kids to school at this point, you know? So yeah, but shout out to everybody doing their thing or whatnot. What's you guys' take on the whole, before that, there's another category in the Mobos, international.
And who's in it?
I think there's like 9-10 people in it. Of course, you know you got the Beyonces in it. But do you think we have anyone from the Caribbean in it?
Shaggy.
One? You think one?
Probably Sean Paul.
Probably. Two?
Who else can make it to the Caribbean?
I'm gonna copy
probably Skilly Bang.
3?
Probably, I'm gonna copy what the Grammys did. They put Protégé in it. I'm gonna put Protégé in that listing.
That's it?
Yeah.
So it's only one. So it's one of the names that you guys just said.
Shaggy.
Yeah?
Almost Shaggy.
It's another S.
Sean
Shava.
Paul.
Oh, bless. I love this. It's Skilly. It's Skilly. That's amazing, right? So even though we're talking about like, you know, the Valiant or the new ones, Skilly was once upon a time and they can get there.
Yeah.
So there's hope, right? So when I saw that Skilly Bang was up for, I don't care, it could have been a mosquito coming from Jamaica. It was major to me. And you're up to you're up against the likes of Beyonce, I believe Kendrick Lamar and stuff. Come on. Do you know what I mean?
That's huge.
So that's major, right? Imagine he wins though.
Well,
It's wishful thinking, but
We better. This is the time when they get to the goozle up. Yes, because they love to talk about the goozle. What do you guys think about the goozle business in the songs?
listen,
Rick, you're very quiet. What do you think about the Guzo thing?
Well, Guzo? Guzo, as always, I said it before on the show.
Film place.
Guzo is. Let's say Guzo. Obia magic, black magic has always been a part.
No black magic.
I know, but them singing, I know that, right?
No,
but them singing about it.
Yeah, but it's. I don't have any problem with it. Like say singing about it, because it is a part of our culture that we just not talk about. It is Jamaican. It is African culture. We shun away from it because we don't know about it, and people tend to be scared of things that they don't know about. So there's good things in the so-called voodoo or obi or whatever you want label it as. There's good in it and there's also bad in it. It stems from slavery and back in Africa. That's where it all come from. And people, as I said, people shy from things what they don't know. But if you really go and research what it is used for or what it is, in the early days I used to use it for like trying to get people better. It's not always bad things. But now the negative aspects of it is being shunned, and because the scammer them say they want to use it to protect them. But it's not always bad. So I would implore people to read up and go find out about the history of it. And the history of it and what it actually means, rather than shunning the youths them. They're obviously using it for
negative purposes.
Negative, yes.
Or that is what they're portraying.
Alright, so basically my little knowledge of the whole situation is because, you know, the whole Obia goes to science, whatever you call it, or rebrand it nowadays. It stems back from our forefathers in Africa. Remember, before the Christianity and everything, that was our little culture as our God. That's what we used to pray to and work. That was our little religion. It's just like, you know, the man they have them Buddha, the man they have them cow, the man they have them Ray. That was our thing. Before,
I'm being told to wrap up, but I got so.
Before we was colonized, that was our little thing. Like, as I realized, a certain little part of the Caribbean who have more African, what you call it, accent in them more than Jamaica. They try to tend to say like they believe in it more. Like for instance, like 80. Them say 80 is more grounded to African than Jamaican, and they say like if you want a good Obia, you have to go 80. And when they are England, you know them say boy, if you're Nigerian, them Obia and them weird. You know you're well Obia. If you want a good Obia man, you link in Nigeria and them are some people in Africa. And you know just like when they are Jamaica, you hear them say yo, the Indian them have good Obia too. Them I said Indian them can grow good Obia too. Which in a sense they are it's kind of their belief, and people just call it Obia because when we're in Jamaica, anything people don't really understand them fear, and them look upon it a bit different because them are like it's out of the norm because we learn about Christianity and everything, and we have to understand this. Christianity have its flaws as every other religion in the world, because as you tend to see over the years, certain rules and regulation in Christianity as time go on, they try to relax them or try to forget those laws in Christianity.
But it's the people though, it's not the religion itself, it's the people that makes it more relaxed.
And they keep on like try to, we're not going to bother with that because that's out of date. Just like
they use it
like it come like the rule of the land. Or the laws of the land. And you say, thou shall not kill, but you say, no, 2050 you say, but no man, it's alright now, we can kill some of them, the world too full.
I hear that.
So it come like say, once you have a rule or a law, it should be followed at all costs because it's there for a reason. So you don't relax certain things or you don't forget certain things. So
it's not what, I get that.
In us, some of us lost it, and I think just because technology is more wide and more easier for everybody to access and information and these things, Jamaicans are more grounded now to their roots and their culture, and they are just getting more in touch with their ancestral behavior.
Well, I'm not in for the whole Guzo thing. I
remember,
heard
these things stem shortly after Curry.
Me not really care. Because talking about the whole Guzo Obia thing being tradition, so was slavery as well, and I'm not here for it. I don't have to go for everything that was tradition. I'm not here for it. But I heard Valiant song Saint Mary, and someone sent it to me. They were like, "What do you think about this song?" This was before it got like out there like that. And I'm not gonna lie, I even put up a post on my WhatsApp. I heard the first 2 lines and I just logged off. Because first of all, I'm talk about Mali and I'm talk about Guzo in the same sentence. I'm like, that's too much. There's too much going on here. Do you know what I mean? Very talented artist. You know, I love Don's Check. I love his artistry, love his wordplay, etc. But for me, then to be around the house singing this and that and
And then it
mad.
It forwards back to perspective and where you are at in life, because you made the point. You're a mother. You have your kids in the house. You don't want, and it's what you want for you and your household. My household might be different. Me want.
They might listen to it at school. Like my daughter's teenager,
Fine,
she
but
might even
you're
listen
not-
to it.
But you're not doing it at home.
Yeah.
I'm saying everybody is different, and it's everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But households are different. If you don't want to play it around your children, you don't want to play it certain places, that's up to you. But next one.
No, I'm not saying I won't play it because I don't agree with what they're saying in the song. Because you know, like enough people I say, oh, killer boy, this and that. No one, we ain't killing nobody. Do you understand what I'm saying? But it's just then a lot of people are getting carried away with what's in the song,
Internalizing
right?
it.
Yeah, not knowing to separate whatnot.
Yeah.
Quickly, UK Sting. Just one person to drop a comment on that because I'm being forced to wrap up. What's your thought on UK Sting?
We need more female artists on the show.
Who? Like who though? You keep saying female artists. I forgot to ask you. Like who? Name me 10 female artists in the UK.
I can't name so many. There might be, and this is a thing. They might exist.
Name me the ones that you know about.
Lady Danger, Velicious, Ota Sheffield, Always on Her Live.
Just Shem.
Bandy.
Miss Bandy, that's 4 so far. There are 2 ladies that are already on it, so those 4 would make 6.
But what them name? You don't know them name. So them not really
Once-
qualify. Not you saying that if they qualify to perform. I mean,
Of
just
course
like
they
what you
qualify to
know.
perform, but I didn't know them before seeing them on the poster.
Yeah.
It's a bag of man dip on the shoulder.
You can't name 10 female artists?
Probably it's about 9.
I can name 10 to be honest with you.
Well, not 10.
But
We now name 10 female artists.
whether they're worthy to be on the stage
No, it's not a
performing
matter
is
of
another.
worthy.
But yes, it is. Okay, tell me why. Let's talk about this.
Let me. We have to. Sorry.
No, we can't talk about that part. Yeah.
Not a matter of being.
all of them.
Well, no, I've never finished my listing. But what I'm saying is, I'm conscious of time.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, obviously, UK Sting is a production, and looking from a promoter's perspective, you want to put out a very good show. Looking from a patron's perspective, I want to be fed with a good show.
Right? Yeah.
And I'm not even gonna say, I'm not bashing anybody. There are extremely talented UK dancehall artists, female dancehall artists that are worthy of being on that show. That
not on it.
That are not listed on it. I haven't checked the page recently, but when we had this conversation a couple weeks ago, at that time there were only 2 female artists on the bill, and I didn't know them. And they're, as we say, talented female artists. We can done the show. Done some of the mad artists that were on the show.
I agree. Yeah.
They're not on the bill. We don't know the circumstances behind it. Obviously, we don't know what the if conversations are taking place.
I can name 15 female artists easy, right?
Yeah.
But this is the thing. I don't feel like they're all worthy or ready for a stage.
Okay.
Now, people can put on an event in a club and then that's everybody's game.
Yeah.
Everybody go. But are they really ready for a stage like that?
Yeah.
I don't know what UK Sting consists of. I don't know what they, because obviously the caliber of people that are putting there, we don't
we're
know.
only seeing what is being posted
Right?
on the Instagram
But
page.
in regards to, I don't just want female to be put on a bill because they're female.
Yeah,
and a lot of them are very lazy.
Naturally.
Okay, and a lot of them are going to be upset, but it's the truth. They are very lazy because they don't get up daily and say, let me perfect my craft. Yeah, you can be born with talent, but then if you don't shape that and work on it, then do you understand what I'm saying? It's just, that's where it is, just in a one box. So like when you get a gift, if you don't unravel it and put in the battery and it nah go work, right? So I feel like they step in their way as well. But like you said, the likes of Lady Danger have been putting in the work, doing her thing, etc. She's not on it. So I'm not excusing the promoter and saying this is why they haven't put the females on there. But ladies, whoever, be prepared for when people say there's a show, you're ready.
I don't like the name of it.
Well, UK Sting.
Because you know, live up to the name.
Oh, and this
So,
is
may I say this
this is a discussion we've had. We had this.
And at Christmas, minutes nobody a beef up for clash up on
what we're saying.
one talk.
That's what we're saying.
This is the last point that we're gonna go. We can talk
I
for
know Rudy
ages.
Classic. I know you're good, and I know your brother. I understand what you do, and I get it. I get the concept of the show. But if you keep a show named Sting, if you know what Sting stand for, against each other.
Yeah.
Well, I know you for this thing in the buzzing queen pan it.
And it's not about even about who's on it.
No, but just clash up on a wordplay.
The show, the brand Sting was built on conflict and rivalry. There's no rivalry on the show. It's a good show. I think you should just have a good end of year show. Right?
Yeah, I agree.
I don't see it as
In a stinging.
What me think most of the 98% of the artists in Pandey are coward.
They're not, Josh.
Them are una coward. Una know themselves. Me talk to them every time. Una coward. Cause what wrong with a lyrical confrontation?
Yep.
Remember in a one clash in here, no losers.
That's why Jamaica stay
Especially
winning.
these days you have two winners. So why not can't just go war and done? Go war now. Cause me not gonna sting unless somebody a war now. Cause me not put on my nice clean clothes and pay me good clean money forward.
Speak.
Me not come if no war.
He's not doing it.
Me not come. Somebody have to war.
Oh my God, guys, I could stay here and talk forever and ever. Make sure you guys do tune in to the Up and Live show every Tuesday though, because like I said, this conversation could go on and on. If you tune in on Tuesday 9 to 11, you get more of this, all right? And you guys constantly keep us up to date on what's going on, like the UK thing, talk about it, etc.
try our very best to
Get
keep-
updates.
And guys,
whatnot.
remember to interact with us. Remember, we have our YouTube channel. We want you to go over to our YouTube channel, UPN Live Show. Like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. We can put money in there too.
Yeah, cash up.
The details are there. We're not going to turn you away. But
Yeah.
just continue to support us while we support you. And I mean, Sasha, big up yourself. WORLMAG, big up yourself.
Come on.
I mean, we do it for the love,
Yeah.
not for the likes.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
And we're gonna get there. It don't matter.
So,
and stop looking on your thing in a little.
You understand?
That's just weird.
Big up
There'll be
the
a
thing,
queue
yeah.
outside and the phone be buzzing like, but
Yeah.
sorry, I can't talk to you because I'm doing that. Yeah.
Busy.
It's what it is. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you do follow, like, subscribe, share, turn the notification on. And today's show, as always, sponsored by Flat Cap Rum. So shout them out. Thank you so much. Dragon All Star, Luca Brown Ras, and Rick Up and Live. Breads couldn't make it, but them kind of talk for you. All right. See you guys next time. Bye.
That's up.